Alright, welcome to the channel. Today I'm going to talk about the Simpson Viper helmet. Now I had a recent video where I unboxed my brand new Bandit helmet by Simpson, also an SA2020. But got my hands on a Viper, which is very similar. As you can tell, the finishes are exactly the same. Only difference is, this one, my friend's helmet here, doesn't have all the scratches from the factory like mine does. So that's annoying, but it is what it is. Right off the bat, the biggest things that I can see that are different between the two is the Bandit, obviously other than looks though, the Bandit has these two front vents here and no other vents anywhere else. It's just these two here in the front, part of that distinctive look. Whereas the Viper has four small vents here in the front, as well as these four at the very top, which is something that the Viper doesn't have. Like the Viper, the interior shell of it, the only thing that comes out are these two side cheek pads. The front doesn't come out, and neither does the back. Putting them both in this position, you'll see that the Bandit also has a little bit different back neck kind of cover, I guess you would call it. Whereas the Viper has this kind of like padded cushion. The Bandit just has this little like 1/8 inch flap that kind of sits back there, not really padded. And also, whereas the Bandit, you can see in the shell of the Bandit, the top is just completely covered. It's got just padding all the way across the top. The Viper, because it has those air vents in the top, has a little bit missing from the top because it has to have the holes in there for the air to get through. Other than that, they're basically the same helmet as far as functions go. They both, because they're SA helmets, they both have the bolts on either side for a head and neck restraint system, very similar to the HANS I have here, or exactly the same as the HANS device I have here. And the opening and closing, like I found with the Bandit when I was talking about it in my video, when you lock the helmet down, the only way to get it to lock, I ride motorcycles quite a bit. I have multiple motorcycle helmets, so I'm very used to just pushing down on the visor and clipping it closed. But I found with both of these helmets, you can't do that. You can push them down all you want by hand, but if you want them to actually lock, you have to clip them on the side. Same thing on the Bandit here. I can push all I want, it never locks. I have to push down on the latch and it latches it. But once it's latched, it's not going anywhere. That is there. More similarities between the two. Like the Bandit, the Viper also has the little nubs for the tearaway face shields. So if you plan on getting dirt and stuff in your helmet, you want to just quickly peel it off, you can. Also, like the Bandit, the Viper, you can get replacement shields if you want different colors. So if you want like a tint, a green tint, there's a silver tint, there's a dark tint. There's all kinds of different options. Put some stuff on the screen about it. So that's another similarity between the two. One of I'm not going to put this one on now, but one of the differences that I have noticed by wearing both of these is you can kind of tell if they're side by side. The Bandit has this little looks kind of like a shaped goggles, whereas the Viper is just wide open all the way around. So you do get a little more visibility out of the Viper, and the fit is pretty much the same between the two. I do notice that the Bandit seems to squeeze my ears a lot more than the Viper does. So it's not 100% one-to-one comparison because this is a small shell and this is a medium shell. Other differences I've noticed with the two helmets is this one's much more round and wider, whereas this one's much more sleek and kind of taller when they're side by side. But overall, both really good helmets. They both weigh about the same as far as weight goes. And I think price-wise, I think they're both very similar. I can't remember. I think one of them is $20 more than the other one. I don't remember which way it is. I'll put it on the screen and go from there. And also, just like the Bandit, the Viper also comes with a nice little carrying bag. says the exact same thing as the one that comes with the Bandit. Now, the whole point in me getting this helmet is I'm putting a harness, a 6-point harness in my car, and you do not want to, once you have a harness, you don't want to just roll the helmet. You need some way to tie the helmet to you because you're stationary in the car. If not, when you slam on the brakes or get in an accident, your body will stay connected to the car because you're in a harness, but your head will fly forward and essentially pull your head off your neck. So that's where a HANS device. This is a HANS Generation 3. It's one of the kind of like traditional HANS devices, and it's meant to rest over your shoulders. And then these two clips, that's what the little bolt holes here are in the back. You have a little clip that clips on there, so that way in the event of an accident, your head is tethered to this. So I'll quickly put this on the device, and I guess this is also kind of a first look / review at the HANS 3. So before I get that in there, I guess we can look at it. So there's a couple different, I think there's 2 different attachment types you can get that attach to your helmet, but this one allows, you can see this moves, so I'll be able to turn my neck independent of this. The padding, both of them are removable, so you can adjust them to where you want them on your shoulders. So you can adjust the padding however you feel, and then once your helmet's on, you just reach up and clip it into the hooks. So the HANS device comes with the kit to mount it. So if you buy a HANS, I got mine from Summit Racing. I'll put the price somewhere on the screen here. But it does come with this. It's just part of the package, and it comes with the tool to install it and some stickers apparently. So you can see I've never opened this, but it should be pretty basic to install. There's not a whole lot going on here. You just put that in. So I'm gonna go ahead and get that installed. All right, so this thing comes kind of in the package with the back piece. Focus. Comes with this back piece, so you'll need to take this off. So if your helmet, unlike these, if your helmet doesn't have the pre-drilled posts, there's instructions for drilling through, and this would go on the inside of the helmet. But this is the assembly that goes on the outside of the helmet, which the camera will not focus on, but it's a little black ring that matches the helmet and the post. Now this little tab, which I'll be talking about soon, if I can get it to focus on it, there it goes. You can see how it's pointed that direction right now. That needs to be pointed towards the back of the helmet. Because my helmet has posts, we won't need those if your helmet already has them, and that's also what this is for. This is to hold that inside the helmet if you have to put it in, but I don't. So we're gonna start on this side of the helmet. So goes a little black spacer, then the silver one, and I'm literally just gonna tighten that into the helmet. And then this, so on the helmet there's that little black ring, then there's the silver ring, and it's on a spring. Everything rhymes. But that kind of goes down like that, and you insert this in there, and what that does is once that's inserted in there, you can see this springs down, and then when I turn this, that little nub turns, and you want that pointed to the back of the helmet. So looking at this way, pointed to the back of the helmet, where that little nub goes. And then we just finish tightening it down and do the same on the other side. All installed. So once it's installed, it should be pretty straightforward. So if that's, you're wearing that, you just kind of reach back and kind of clips in and pushes down, assuming that you put it on the right way. So now that's clipped in. If you want to get it off, you push down or I guess push in towards the helmet, and it clips on and off. So clip it on the other side. So now, in the event of an accident, when my head flies forward, the thing catches it. And one of the nice things about the Gen 3 HANS is you can move your head independent from this because it just slides back there, back and forth. So, pretty neat to get on and off. This will be my first time trying to get it on and off, which will be fun. Do it live. So if I were in an accident, while this is tight around my straps, my head would hit the thing and stop, but I can still move my head left and right, so when I'm in the car driving, I can see. And if you don't clip it on all the way, that's what happens. I have to figure that out. Like I said, this is my first time ever wearing this, so gonna have to get used to it and get good at clipping and unclipping. That time it came off pretty easy. But anyway, I've been somewhat happy with this stuff so far. We'll see how it goes in the car. I've got a race in 2 weeks, and we'll see how it all works together. Just got done getting my 6-point harness installed in the car, so gonna be putting this all together for the first time and trying to go out for a drive and see what it's like. So we'll see how it goes. So thanks for watching. This is Owens for Off-Road. I've been Boris. She's been Celine. And this is my look at the Bandit and Viper helmets, the SA2020 helmets by Simpson, as well as the HANS Generation 3 head and neck restraint system that goes along with the either one of these helmets, or pretty much any helmet that is. So thanks for watching. If you got any questions, leave them down below. Like or subscribe or whatever, I don't really care. But I'm really just making this to try to help people who had questions, because I know when I was looking for this, I couldn't find any detailed questions about the racing version of the Bandit helmet. Everybody and their mother seems to make a video about the motorcycle version of the Bandit. Completely different helmet, different setup, everything's different. So I hope this helped, and see you on the next one. Thanks for watching.